Hey everyone, my name is Donato. I own a web design and e-marketing company called Compete Now Web Design. Besides web development, a huge focus of ours is actually Google AdWords advertising and using other pay-per-click methods, but we'll stick with just Google AdWords. I just passed out a handout that we'll kind of breeze through as we go along just to get some visual also. If you are watching this at home, either on TV or on YouTube, you can go to startcompeting.com/handout, and you can also follow along, or if this is online, then it's just in the video description. I thought we'd get started. Some of you might not even know what AdWords is. Basically, this is a form of pay-per-click advertising. That means you basically have an ad on the internet, and you only pay for it when somebody actually clicks on your business's listing and looks at your information. Very advantageous when you consider if you're doing a newspaper ad. You really have no idea how many people, unless they actually do business with you, are even seeing your business listed on there, and you're paying for it anyway. So that's one of the biggest things with Google AdWords. Moving on, there are a couple of different ad options available on Google AdWords. The first here, if you look at your handout, is search ads. I'm sure we've all seen these before, whether you realize there are ads on there or not. They actually have made them a little more subtle recently, but you'll notice that on the top three, those are ads, and then you also have more ads going down the right side. The only difference is with bidding, and the people in the top three are just willing to pay more than the others, basically, for that certain keyword. The next one that's available is display ads. These can be effective if they're done right and you design your ads right. So on this example, it's a ski review website. So this website, all they do is write reviews about different mountains and stuff like that. And then these companies are using Google AdWords to actually get banner ads. You can see on the right side and on the top. The top, I mean, I guess they might be interested in fitness equipment. I mean, people that ski are pretty fit, but the right ad is actually really well targeted. It's an ad for skiing vacation. So you can assume that somebody that's researching a bunch of mountains would be interested in clicking that link. And then again, none of these people actually pay for these ads unless they click on them. So right now they're getting free exposure and they haven't even clicked on it. What are some of the benefits of using Google AdWords? You can reach people actively searching for your service. This is the number one one of the biggest things with Google AdWords. When you're on Google, you're searching for somebody to hire. You're either researching or you're just searching for a phone number to call to get that service that you need. So you're targeting those people when they're in the number one state of searching for a service and not reading a newspaper where they're just kind of, they're drinking their coffee, just looking at some articles, and maybe they'll want your service. These are people that are specifically in your service area that are searching for your service, and you only pay for them if they actually click on your business listing. The cost control is also very, very big for any business, especially a small one. You can choose your own budget, daily, monthly, and you won't exceed that. You can pause at any time. Some businesses have really busy times of the year when they really don't want to crank up their AdWords budget. Sometimes during the slower time of the year, you want to put more money into it and get the phone ringing, and during the times that you usually wouldn't. And again, you can pause it whenever you need to. If cash is tight, you can just hit pause. It's not like you're stuck into a minimum monthly spending limit or a minimum contract like what there are in some other advertising methods. Detailed reporting is also really important with Google AdWords. You can tell which ads are performing better, which keywords are actually getting you business, so you can dedicate more money towards that and start focusing on different strategies to try to get the other ones performing better. But it just makes it so over time you can optimize your campaign and you get a lot more back for the money that you're spending. All right, so just to cover exactly what you can control, you can control what keywords bring your ad up. This is very important in selecting and setting up your campaign. Obviously, the more specific geographically and the more specific in general you get, you're going to pay less for your keywords. For example, the example I have here is if you own a glasses store. So if you own a glasses store, you probably don't want to just bid on the term glasses. That's going to get millions of searches, which is good, but it's also going to have a lot of competition. You're going to pay a lot more for that keyword. If you own the store in Winthrop, you do glasses store Winthrop, glasses store Boston, glasses store 02152, and all those different ways to get the cost down and get it a little more specific. You can also control where your ads show geographically. This is always very important to the business owners that I talk to, because if you own the glasses store in Winthrop, you probably don't want people in New Hampshire or Connecticut seeing your ads, because they're probably not going to drive to come see you. So you can target it by mile radius of your store, 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles. Or you could also do by town specifically. So some different places and some different businesses, if they're a franchise, they're not even allowed to advertise in different towns besides the ones they own. Or if it's just a local business, then they have a service area that they already have in their mind, and they only want their ads showing up in those areas. Again, we already covered this, but it is very important. You can control your budget completely. You choose your daily spending amount, you choose your monthly spending amount. You're never going to spend more than that. And you only spend it if people actually click on your ad. So even though you pick your budget, it's not guaranteed you're going to spend the full budget every month. Ideally, you want to, because then you can get more business out of it. You control when the ads are running. Some businesses feel like the right customers are searching at certain times. So some businesses will choose to have their ads only running on the weekend or at night or whenever they think. For example, it was a lawyer that didn't want their ads running between 11 o'clock at night and 5 in the morning, because that's when they were getting all the panic calls from people that have no money. So it was just a lot better for them to try to get the level-headed people that are just doing the research during normal hours of the day or the weekend. You can also control what pages your ads are directed to. So if your service offers 3 or 4 different types of service, you create your different ads, and you can basically send those people directly to the proper page within your website, instead of just sending them to your home page and then having them try to figure it out themselves once they're there. A couple of things to consider before advertising with AdWords is, the first is your website going to convert your business into your traffic into business. If you have a website that's outdated, doesn't have very clear information, doesn't really provide them with a lot of motivation to actually contact you, then it's probably more worth it to get your website either redesigned or updated before you start spending money to have people look at it. We had a customer that was spending hundreds of dollars a month on AdWords. He came to us, he said, I'm not getting much business from it, I don't understand, I'm spending all this money. We redesigned his website, and he instantly started getting double the return on what he was already spending, just because it was a better looking website. Also, take your time to research AdWords, set up your campaign properly. Google will make it very easy for you to start spending your money with them. But if you get on there and you don't really do your homework, you don't really talk to anybody about how to do it, you're just going to get up. You'll still get some business out of it, probably more than you used to from a newspaper ad, but you can get a lot more back for your money if you really take the time to do it the right way. So that brings me into what I do in my offer. If you're not using AdWords, anybody that's interested in using it, we always consult with them. Go over, their goals, how many customers you really want to get from this, and then we can recommend a budget for that, and also give you an estimate on what you can expect to pay for keywords. If you're already using AdWords, that's great. You're either getting a lot of business from it, or you think you could be getting more. The biggest thing with AdWords is always about optimizing your campaign over time. We would just log into your account, look around, let you know if there's anything majorly wrong with it, and we can work with you to get it working a little bit better. So that concludes the general overview, and you can hear from Bistro at Home about how well it works.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan from Bistro at Home, and I've been using Google AdWords for over a year plus now. I started when I first opened my business. I started advertising, and we did mailings, and we did ads in the paper, and we did promotional events, and we did, just anything we could think of to stir up business. And the phone never rang until one day I got this in the mail, which I'm sure I've heard a couple people saying, "Oh, I got one of those." And this was from Vistaprint, because I bought some business cards from them, and it was $100 free advertisement for Google AdWords. So $100 is free. We went on and we tried it. Within a week of putting that ad out, I had booked an event and my phone was ringing. And before that, not even a phone call. AdWords does, like Donato said, put you in direct contact with people who are searching for you. So let's say somebody's looking for a personal chef and they type in personal chef, my AdWords, I'm going to pop up. And I'm going to I pay for that, that CPC, that cost per click. So I'm number one. Now, one of the things that you might want to know is, we're a very impatient society. Nobody wants to wait, and nobody really wants to do any kind of research or anything. So if you're not on that first page, 60 to 70% of people who go on the internet pick from that first page and pick from the first 5 ads on that first page. It goes down to about 15% on the second page. So nobody clicks on that second page. So it's really important to be on that first page if you're going to use the internet as advertisement. Now, I have no storefront. There's really not much. I can't put a banner in front of my store or anything because I'm an at-home business. So this is just really how I get all my business, and 80% of my business is through Google AdWords. Now, a couple of things about AdWords that I do really enjoy. It is a cost. I do cost per click per day. So if somebody goes on my site and clicks, I'm going to get charged for that, and I have $5 a day I spend. If I don't spend it all, it runs over to the next day. So some days I'll have 4 clicks, some days I'll have 5 clicks, some days maybe even more if that money keeps going over. Also, what's really important about Google AdWords is to do a little bit of research. Now, everybody searches on the internet, and they all search by words, keywords, and phrases. Now, if you don't have the right keyword or phrase, you're not going to come up. So it's extremely important to do your research, find out how you want to be listed, and then make sure you tell Google that so they know. And you'd be surprised. There's something on Google AdWords called a keyword tool, and you can go on that keyword tool and just plug in a bunch of words that are relative to your business, and it'll tell you how much it's been searched. And you'd be surprised. Some of the larger searches on words that are spelled wrong, on things that you wouldn't believe. And it's amazing. And a lot of those words are actually the cheaper CPCs. So if you do your research, if you're a lawyer and you want to pay $85 a click, granted, you're getting a lot more revenue when you sell to somebody, but $85 per click is a lot of money. So you want to use this keyword tool to get your CPC, your cost per click, down so you can get more bang for your buck when people are calling you or contacting you. And again, when you do the keyword tools, you can put in words like quotes or estimate or something like that. That way people those people are looking to purchase. They're looking to buy. They need a quote. They need an estimate. They need you. So you can kind of put together some of these campaigns that are more geared towards people that are actually going to buy. Because just because they click, it still costs you money, but they don't have to buy. They're not obligated. I just want to look through my notes because tonight I had a lot of stuff that I was going to talk about. But basically, like I said, I've been using it for over a year now, and I don't know where my business would be without it. It's really helped me a lot. It's great because you can stop it at any time. And now they have Google AdWords came out with the Google Places, so you can do local searches. And you can set it up as a business owner to, okay, I only want people that live 10 miles from my house, and then I'll pay for that. And sure enough, my mother just started it. She's an accountant. She's an in-home business. She has to pay a little bit more per click, but within a week of setting up Google AdWords, she got a call, and she booked business because of it. So it does work. But you do have to do your homework, and you have to keep an eye on it, and you have to pay attention, or you have to give this gentleman a call right here. And he'll take care of it for you, and that's why he has business too. So that's it on my end.
Question, Ryan? What kind of conversion rate do you have on people actually contacting you that actually, and of the clicks, how many people contact you? What's that percentage like?
I'd say per click, I'd say it's tough to tell because some may click and then contact me later. But I'd say if I go through, let's say I go through 25 clicks a week, I may be getting 2 to 3 phone calls.
It's usually, the average is around 8 to 10%,
Yeah.
typically.
So that's right average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right around there. And again, with some businesses, like the lawyer who wanted to get it taken off from 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. because he's getting all those calls. You're getting that business right away. My business people call. I don't know when they really looked. It's really tough to tell, But what I can do as a business owner is say, "Hey, how did you hear about us?" "Oh, I saw you on Google," and I know right away that they got me on AdWords. Now, here's one good thing about AdWords, where if you're setting up, let's say you have a website, like I know Paul has the Ace Hardware website, which he, uses. Now, if you go through a natural search and you already are on page 1, don't use AdWords. You're already on page 1. Use AdWords for something else you want to sell, a gift card, or if you're running a promotion or something like that. So that's kind of the things you need to look at too.
How many words are you using?
Oh God, we have 30 something campaigns, and just I'd say probably we have about 15 words or phrases that work really well that we get a lot of return on. But we have all different types of campaigns.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally. I gotta say, there's over 400 words that can be searched for my business the way we set it up, and we have different campaigns for each one. And then it'll show you which one gets the most clicks, and it keeps running that campaign first, Go ahead.
How do you know the difference between phone calls you get from your organic appearances and your AdWords, the business that you get? Can you attribute that?
Well, right now I don't. I think the best I can do on an organic search is page 2. So most likely they're getting me from Google AdWords.
Some businesses do set up tracking phone numbers so you can tell exactly how many calls you got from it. So the businesses that are willing to, it's only a nominal fee per month to get that set up. If you can also make it on the website so that the site knows it came from AdWords, and the phone number, whether it's in the top right on the contact page, will automatically change slightly to your tracking phone number. So that's a good way to.
Now, under what keywords bring your ad up, you had don't just bid on the keyword glasses. What is can you explain the bidding? I mean, why are you actually bidding on these words?
Yeah, every time that somebody does a search, there's multiple companies bidding on that keyword. The more specific you get, the less companies will be bidding on that same keyword. So, like a national company will be bidding on glasses and driving up the cost for that word. But national company isn't going to put glasses Winthrop into their campaign. So if you put that word, you have a lot less competition, and that makes it so the word is cheaper than you doing something that's really broad. Basically, the broader you get, the more the word's going to cost. The difference could be, start doing a search for glasses could be $6 for the click. Doing a search for glasses Winthrop could be like $1.50. So you can really get a lot more back for your money, and you're probably getting better traffic anyway from somebody that's local that will actually be able to come to your store.
So that's like the problem with Target, because you can search for llamas and there'll be a Target ad, and then of course you go to Target. And
It's going to be. I mean, if you're a lawyer or something like that, competition's really high, and it's going to be difficult. I have the luxury of personal chefs. There's not that many. Well, there actually is quite a few. So it is easier. I mean, my average cost per click is $1, which is nothing. Sometimes it goes to 84 cents. I mean, this is why I do it. And when you get into lawyers and doctor and whatever, it's going to cost. I mean, auto insurance from Geico, when I was doing a seminar on it, and it was they pay $80-something a click, Geico, and that's how they get their business. They have the money to do it. So you really do have to be cautious on what words you're picking. But it tells you everything. It'll tell you what the cost per click is. It'll tell you before you start. It'll tell you how many searches it has. It'll tell you if it's high competition, low competition, so on and so forth. So it really does spell it out for you.
That's part of the monitoring. If you're seeing that you're spending a ton of money on one keyword, because sometimes one keyword can blow your whole budget especially if you're not watching it. If you're seeing that keyword is getting a lot of traffic, but you're not getting a lot of phone calls, then you'll probably take some money away from that word and try to get it into other areas.
Yeah, and you can freeze it, and you can stop that one
Or you can
word or
stop
that
it
one
completely.
one campaign, and then and monitor it for a couple weeks and see what happens, and see if you get calls and business and so on and so forth. Paul.
So are you monitoring this daily, or do you set your limits in advance so that it's gets shut off?
No, my limits are set. I do CPC per day, so I have $5 a day that I spend, and then when my kind of drawer gets low, I get an email saying, hey, you're getting low. If you don't put any money in, we're going to stop your account. Okay, no problem.
So early in the morning, you may have 3 clicks, and then you hit your limit, and you have nobody. Your ad just disappears for the day.
Yep, then it's gone.
And how do you work into all this?
Well, we do a couple of different things. We either set it up completely from the beginning with all the words and all the different ads, because a big part of it isn't just the words, it's also the written ads that you actually see on Google. So when you do the search, you want different keywords to bring up the right ad related to the service they're searching for. So we do that, and then we do daily monitoring. So we log into the account every day and just monitor the account and provide a report at the end of the month on how it went, areas of improvement, and also just talking to the owner, how much of this actually turned into real business, because we can see phone calls and we can see form submits on the website, but until we talk to them, we don't know. That's just the lead. Until we talk to them, we say, did all these people turn into business? That's really what we do on a month-to-month basis when it comes to managing the campaigns. Yeah, and the biggest thing that the owners like is over time, because Google will reward you if you set up the campaign in a good manner, and over time you can get the cost per click driven down. So we've been managing campaigns for other customers, and we've taken dollars off of their clicks just from managing the campaign because we do it the right way and do it efficiently. Yeah, so
And
that's
it drives more people to your website too, which helps your Google ranking, I
Yeah.
believe, and so on and so forth. Again, my business is very simple, and I use Google AdWords at its smallest little thing, and between me and my wife, we take care of it. But if you have a large business or you need multiple campaigns, I definitely come see this
Yeah.
gentleman, because it can get confusing, it can get tricky. And especially like with me, 89 cents to $1.20 a click's not a lot. If you're looking at, selling other certain things, then you're spending money for a click, you need to talk to a professional.
Yeah. Our goal is, if you're going to spend the money anyway, you want to get more out of it. So if you're spending this, we can get you, 50 to 100% more clicks for the same money you're spending anyway than when a lot of the campaigns we take over. So, yeah.
Can you talk about trends in the industry? Besides Google, does Yahoo have a similar program?
Yeah, we
As more of us get to smaller, using Androids and so on, that sort of decreases the ability to have clicks, right?
Yeah, we also manage Bing ads, which also covers Yahoo, and those are cheaper than Google. I mean, there's less people there, but you can definitely there are people searching on Bing and Yahoo and running ads on those networks, as well as Facebook. Facebook also has pay-per-click ads. Facebook's not. Facebook can be effective to get more fans on your page and get traffic, but Facebook's not like Google or Bing, where somebody's going on there actively searching for your service. They're kind of on Facebook looking at people's profiles, and then if they see your ad, maybe they'll take the time to look at it. But it's not as they're not really searching as much for your service as they would be on a search engine. Yeah, but Bing, we have usually our customers will put about 20% of their budget into Bing and Yahoo, and then the rest of it usually in Google. Yeah.
Is your service, do you bill like monthly, or do you bill per campaign?
Yeah. We do like a startup fee, and then we bill monthly, and then you can choose if you want a 3-month length or a 6-month length or a year, depending on what works for you, or you could just do one startup fee and then just manage it yourself moving forward. Yeah. Because the way we set it up, there's just dozens and dozens of ad groups and multiple campaigns, so we really get in there and set it up pretty easy to manage all. Well, not easy to, once we teach you how to manage it, it's pretty easy to manage, but we make it very clear, easy to see which words and which ads are getting you the business. And we work with the website to make it work well with AdWords, so setting up landing pages and different stuff like that to make sure you get the most business out of it possible. Because we are a web design company also, so we can work with that stuff too.
Donata, do you want to mention the name of your company again and the telephone number so people who are watching?
Yeah,
are
it's
able to reach you?
it's Compete Now. Our number is 781-985-9043. Our website is startcompeting.com, so you can also go on there and read our material and contact us through that also. Thank you. Yeah, you too.